So I put the Nano in super low light or whatever it's called. So will it make much of a difference? I mean, it might do. Who knows? Anyway, we are walking into the woods. Oop. Tripping up over stuff. So we'll leave the that was a big hole. We'll leave the we will leave the camera up for 3 or 4 days at least to capture some stuff. It would be quite good because definitely there you can see on the edge of the light there's a bit of a goes underneath the fence, which is definitely a fox or something, or badger maybe. So we're in red light now, which actually you can see on camera. You can see the trees there. So I already put the camera up for about 4 days. And it did catch on to stuff, but I had it too low, but also aimed up, so didn't get a very good view, sadly. So anyway, we are gonna go and set it up. Oh, spider webs in the face. Oh, not ideal. So, where are we? We are... Oh, we've gone past the bit I wanted, I think. So, anyway, this bit here is quite sheltered. There's a yew tree. Yeah, there it is. There's a yew tree here. Anyway, this tree here is probably ideal because there's quite a bit of distance to a tree that you can't really see. Unless I go to... that tree there, I reckon we've probably got a good opportunity here to put it right. How can we stick the camera somewhere while I do this? I don't think you can see me in the distance there. It attracted some bugs, that's for sure. Should pick up hopefully some wildlife if it sets it off. We shall see. Who knows? But anyway, that's that done. I'm going to leave it there and see what it possibly picks up. It should pick up me wandering through now. But there we go, look, we've got bits of wood that they've been rubbing against. This one here as well. So yeah, it's quite a good hidden bit of ground. There's nothing here at the minute, but I think over the next few days they should appear. Right, so this is the low light mode of the Nano. I have got a torch aimed at me obviously, but it is pretty dark out here, and yeah, so I'm hoping that it doesn't look too bad. If we take the camera, the light rather, and go much lower lights, you should still be able to see me just about, I'd imagine, but on a much lower light scale. And if we go into a red light, even more different. So just kind of cool really, having a red light is, you know, for a bit of light painting and stuff, if you want to do a bit of, you know, low light photography or whatever. So, yeah, it's quite cool. Which I actually might set the camera up for, actually. We could do a little bit of long exposures, see what we can come up with. So if I'm going to set the camera, obviously you won't see this being videoed, but I'm going to do a little bit of light painting with this torch in the red and the white and see what we get. I think we can do up to a 30-second exposure with the Nano, so I'll try that and see what happens. Right, to do some light painting you need to set the Osmo Nano to manual exposure and set it up to 30 seconds depending on what you want to do. Snap a shot and wave a torch around. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We did this thing during Halloween, didn't it? It's well cool. If we go back to... Oh, that's too bright. That's even brighter. That's better. Ooh, we're on spot. Yeah, hang on. We can go to... Oh, flood. That's better. So, yes, anyway. Just on one long exposure, but I'm going to go find a better spot with a bit more interest, because that was a little bit boring. So hopefully we can do something that will make it a little bit more interesting, shall we say. But we shall see. But anyway, the fact that it does work in the low light, as you can see, we are filming with a torch obviously, but there we go. It's there we go. So anyway, the wildlife camera is set. Just get out on the actual path would be good, wouldn't it? It's no trouble, when you get in the dark you kind of lose all sort of directions yourself. Quite easy to disappear, but luckily you can see where a path is. In fact, tell you what we could do. We could do a bit of light painting on the big old tree. Let's do that. So we walk down here. And also a bit of a burn test on this torch, because it's absolutely tiny. So it's kind of cool, isn't it? Big old in there, looking up into the trees. Fallen down bits. And it's raining, brilliant. So the fact is you can have a torch, for example, and a very small camera, which is super usable. God, that's fallen down recently. And in fact, I'm walking way off track. Is it because I missed a bug? That thing's fallen down. But we've got this big tree here. Which is kind of cool. Bugs everywhere. There we go. So yeah, it's absolutely chucking down. Brilliant. What can we do? Oh, another leaf falling. So the cool thing about this camera is we can actually perch it in places that you can't do with other cameras. So, look at that bug, little bug there. So we've got this bit of wood here, so we can actually sit the camera somewhere there, which is good. And then we can do some long exposures. Hello! So I can now light the tree up with a little bit of light painting while we take a shot. So I'm going to stop filming, I'm going to go back into photos, and I'm just going to light paint the tree and the bench as well. So I left the Nano at 30 seconds because I wanted enough time to wander around with the torch. As you can see, they're spinning it around and everything, but really handy because I'm connected to it and I've got the screen and everything in my hand. I can just take a photo anytime I want while I'm sort of setting up. So good for the remote. Quality wise, actually quite impressed. And obviously you have no zoom, no aperture control, anything like that. But when you're doing long exposures like this, it's absolutely fine. You know, so quality wise looks pretty good. Shot in RAW and JPEG. This is actually just straight out of the camera. This one a JPEG. The other one was a processed RAW. And yeah, it's just a bit of fun, really. I kept the ISO now down at 100, but you could obviously, if you wanted a bit more light, you could actually up the ISO. There, me in a silhouette type shot, me just holding the torch behind me while I stood there, stationary. And then I thought, oh, there's a big mushroom. So I did a little bit of light painting on the mushroom there, nothing too extravagant, just moved it around very gently. And there we go. So let me know what you think. Is that something you would do or want to go and experiment with? But it's just another thing the camera can do. Also, it seems that the vibration, jitters and everything are now sorted out on the video side of it. So walking around in the dark with a torch, it was smooth as anything. So yeah, pretty impressed with the whole bit of kit really. And no overheating. The camera was running, I mean, obviously it's much cooler in the UK than around the world, but camera was running for almost an hour, just on filming, snapping, and everything like that. So with no overheating, no nothing. So there we go. Anyway, see you soon for another video.